Going to a story slam. I was fine just now. I moved my head a little too much. Vertigo. Um, Otherwise, I'm fine. That just came out of nowhere. It's a slow work week. Like, I had to go in office one day this week, and that wasn't too bad. But I kept thinking Thursday was Friday, but of course it wasn't. And I'm like, damn it. But here we are. Going to that. Go to McDonald's right afterwards because it's on the way home. And then watching some Netflix because the Cowboys documentary dropped. And my tissues are not right here where I can reach them. So, of course, Cowboys fan, I'm going to watch that. I think they've lost 2 games so far. They're broadcasting on channels I don't get, so I don't know. Until later, I have to look up what the score was. So, anyway. Some of the girls are going swimming tomorrow, resort pass. It's like 100 and something at 11 a.m. Yeah, no. And right now it's 108. It was 110 earlier. It was hot yesterday. Yeah, no. So let's. I got off work and I literally just been sitting around watching TV. Put on sunscreen and finally put clothes on because I am like literally. It's funny. Like 10 minutes from where this place is at. So I'm like, this is until 7. Gotta get there a little before 7. I'm like, I'm not gonna start doing makeup. That should take me 30 minutes if I stop yapping. So, you still using e.l.f. because it's still here. I still have some. I don't know if you've heard about the controversy about e.l.f. But we're gonna use up what we have and pay for. And then after that, decide. Actually, I did just buy a new primer. I'm not gonna say what it is, but a new primer came out, and yeah. A new matte primer. Yeah, I don't know why they chose the end of summer to bring it out, but oh well. They did. So I'm just trying to get T-zone because, like I said, it's 107. And I realized I don't want to put primer under my eyes. I know they have eye primer. The girls are texting about the pool tomorrow, who's going. And I'm like, yeah, no. If it was last weekend, I was like, it was a good temperature last weekend. I would have went if it was last weekend, but they were like, between last weekend and this weekend, they decided on this weekend. I'm like, It's still gonna be like, yeah, it's not gonna be as hot as I thought it was gonna be, but 11 a.m. peak sun, not a lot of shade. I guess there's umbrellas by the loungers, and then the price. I didn't like the price either. I'm like, for me to sit in the sun in the heat on purpose? Yeah, no. If it was like later in the day, because I did request shade, then yeah, I would have been there. Okay, so let's, still holding on. But yeah, I bought a new primer for when that ever runs out. And then I have a mini e.l.f. primer as well. It's like $5, so I'll use that as well. I might take that with me on my trip because where I'm going is supposed to be humid. So we'll see. And I'm gonna try to do this without messing up the camera real quick. So I'm wearing a shirt that shows all this. So we're gonna put on the cape. I did put sunscreen. I was gonna wear this to work on Wednesday, and then I was like, "Ooh, that's too chesty." Too chesty. Plus, it was 114 that day, so the sun would have been all over it, which ironically doesn't matter because when I left work, I took off the shirt I was wearing, and I had one of them Old Navy camisoles on, and I was driving around in that anyway because it was hot. Yeah, I need to clean this. I need to clean all my brushes. I haven't gone anywhere since. Where did I go? What does that say? I can't read that. Is that a makeup day? No, swim lessons. You don't need makeup for swim. Oh, the Phoenix Business Mixer. So yeah, I haven't gone anywhere since then. I did. I'm not really. I'm a quiet person, I guess you could say. It's hard for me to. I hate networking. Like networking things. People kind of approach me. That's my method, and it does work. They're like, "Oh, you're over by yourself," and I'm like, "Not anymore, because you just came over here. You fell into my trap of coming over here." I'm like, it's not a conscious technique, but it does work. I did not put on eye primer, which is why I'm dusting right now my eyelids, because I don't feel like getting up. And I ran into somebody I know, so yeah, I talked to a few people, follow some new people, things like that. It was still a struggle. I had a cider. I like cider. Yeah, I'm just not really good at networking like that. So I talked to some people. So one lady, she kept, she's like, every time I see you by yourself, I'm like, you literally keep missing the people. I'm like, I just finished talking to somebody. I'm like, I've talked to several people since you last saw me. Like, just because, you happen to come at a time after they've already passed. I'm like, I have talked to people. Got some cards. I talked to a photographer. He was a nice dude or whatever. I don't know if he's trying to advertise for his photography or not. I don't think we exchanged information at all. It was a nice conversation. Yeah. I was at this bar, Miracle, Arizona Wilderness, but the Miracle Mile location, not the one downtown, but the one 14th Street in McDowell. It's nice. The chicken fingers, they had chicken tenders, those were kind of good. I will go back. I will definitely go back. The side was good. Okay, so I have this K.I.S.S Better Skin Tinted Moisturizer. I don't know where I was, but somebody gave this to me, and I was like, oh, okay. It was a surprise. I'm like, when I know it's probably not freaking Sephora, because I don't know Sephora would do that. I don't think this is budget makeup. So we're gonna see if this shade, this is Mocha? I can't see. Yeah, I'm gonna see if Mocha is my shade versus, I know this is not my shade. So Mocha is this one. This one and this one, I'm gonna go with that one. So, yeah, I wish I could remember where I got this from, but like I said, somebody just threw it in my bag. I was like, okay. Does Ulta do that? I'm trying to think who it was. Regardless, I was like very surprised. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. And I just found a reason to try it because this is basically a keep it simple, stupid makeup. So keeping it simple. A tinted moisturizer is always a good method of doing that. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here. So I'm gonna squeeze a little. Oh. I'm trying to see if it works. Okay, if you blend it out. Okay, yeah, you blend it out. Yeah, okay, you saw that. Like, I was freaking out because I'm like, what's the other color? The other one is chestnut. It should be this one. So, there's not a lot of videos about this. I watched some last night, but like I said, there's not a lot of videos. Yeah, because you look at it, it should be. Because it's a tinted moisturizer, I don't think it's gonna. Okay, I want to kind of put it somewhere where it doesn't leak all over the place. Then, off my finger because I'm using a sponge. But yeah, I was like, okay. Not a lot of videos, nobody really talking about it. I don't even know if K.I.S.S, we're using a sponge, is advertising it. very well. Like I said, what's keeping simple. Tinted moisturizers eyes. Simple. Or powder foundation. I realize I ain't putting none near my nose, but that's okay. Okay. I realized during my video last time, I never had this light on. I was like, oh, I set up the light, plugged it in, never turned it on, which I didn't realize till I was doing my after photos for the thumbnail. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. It's definitely bronzy, which is good in summery, because we're browner right now than we would be. So that's what's on there. I like how it looks. I think they're coming off of my hand. Let me wipe my hand down. Yeah, it's the Tinted moisturizer. It's not gonna be transfer proof, but it's not. It's supposed to, I think, natural or radiant natural finish or whatever, from what I understand. I've gone with Maybelline. I'm gonna put it up higher. Still a little hot. I have Heart Attack by Trey Songz stuck in my head. When I was at work this week, I was listening to podcasts and music while I was working, because I was doing these jobs called slugs. They're basically comparing two documents. We used to do it on paper back in the day, but now they don't. These companies don't put out paper anymore. So it's electronic. So I do it on screen. But basically, what you do is flip, make sure the text in this and text in this matches. So doing that, I'm not gonna say it requires no concentration. It doesn't really require a lot of thinking other than reading whatever, not for context. It's more of the words without the context. So I so when I get those kind of jobs, I just listen to a podcast, or especially at work, it's one, it's either very quiet or there's people talking. I hear everything, so it's being at work sometimes is kind of hard because I hear everything in the office. Like you in the front, you Steves, I hear you. If I still hear you. We're using this because I realized I want to go back to try to use this brush. I'm gonna use this side. Well, I forgot what side I was using. So doesn't matter. So yeah, I just during those days I listen to those kind of jobs. See, at home I don't have to have the headset. At work, obviously, I do. So yeah, I listen to that, whatever. But I get to a lot of podcasts that I've been meaning to listen to. Then sometimes YouTube podcasts, and basically if it says something interesting, I'll look down. Otherwise, I don't need to look at it. Yeah, because I wanted it to because this will always make it blend out better up here if I use a brush. And I have this brush. It's a setting brush, but I always use it for, especially, it literally says, I don't know if that's going to focus or not. It literally says setting brush. I'm just like, I usually just use it for powder or other stuff, but it helps. But it helps blend out the edges like that as well, so it's not as, when you use a different kind of brush. So I'll put that right there, and to blend out these edges. And it helps move the around as well. Yeah, so I caught up on some podcasts, listen to a lot of music. I'm sure today my neighbors probably like, I don't know how good they can hear, but it's like, what is she listening to? Why is she listening to all this? And I'm singing along, of course. Can't do that at work. Because I know some people, while they work, they listen to things. I can't. When I say work, actual something you have to read and concentrate, I can't do that because I'm hearing. I have to, when I proofread like actual jobs for spelling, syntax, grammar, things like that, I can't have any kind of distracting noise like a podcast or music. Because music I would sing along, even if I know the words, whatever. So I can't do that. And I know that people can. I'm like, I've never been a person who can do that. Believe me, I've tried. So I literally would not listen to anything. Like when I work from home, usually I keep my apartment very quiet when I'm proofreading. Again, not everybody does that. Whatever works for you. Okay, so we are going to set all this. But no, somebody just texted me about Shalom, and I'm like, I don't have time to respond to you right now. And my other friend, she just moved. We were having a conversation about alligators. Apparently they're protected in South Carolina. But I was like, look up how to protect yourself from alligators on ChatGPT, because just because they're protected, you shouldn't have to get attacked by one. Okay, and I'm gonna set the rest of this as well, which I should have opened this already. And then we'll do the rest of what I'm going to do. But it looks nice though. I'm just setting a face in general. If I want to keep it basic, I can literally just do this and that's it. But we're not. So bronzer. Because I could have did the bronzer next. And then set everything at the end, but I'm doing it this way. So just a simple kind of makeup look. Because when I go out of town, I'm just like, I probably won't even wear makeup other than do my eyebrows and lippy, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to take with me. Might be just powder foundation or tint moisturizer, and then I need something to set it with. I probably won't take that because that's very messy, LYS. I'd probably take the lip bar compact one, finishing powder that I have. Oh, what size is coming out with the finishing powder? That's interesting. I saved one that I liked the way it looked. Then let's But yeah, apparently it's flooding South Carolina from, I guess, is it Hurricane Aaron? I don't keep track of hurricanes. I live in Arizona. We have fires here, so those are the things I can't even name the fires either. But yeah, I'm gonna put that brush away, and then I don't know what's on this, so we're gonna look. Nothing's coming off. Eyeshadow. We're using this for eyeshadow, so that's why I was looking. Sometimes you can't see it until it settles, because right now I'm not seeing it. Somebody's moving. I was watching them move today. I saw a little moving stuff the other day, and I was like, is she leaving somebody? Because it's just her taking boxes to her car. It's just interesting. I was like, what's the deal with this? And then today she had 2 friends with her helping. So okay, for like the bigger stuff. I'm liking this nice little golden look here. Yeah, definitely. And I put in eye drops, but I'm like, my eyes, I think because of this powder around my eyes, I'm like, they're dry. Because I didn't use the primer, I used powder instead. My mother's, I was checking back from my mother about, and a friend about her car. And he's asking me stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. And then me texting her, and she's not responding. I'm like, I don't know. Because she's mechanically inclined. He used to work on my car when it had issues. And I'm like, she knows you. Just freaking call her. Like, y'all discuss it instead of me being a middle person. Because I forwarded him what she sent me and be like, okay, what does this mean? Or what's important, kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't need to be in the middle of this. Like, really, just talk to each other. He's probably at work, otherwise I would have straight up said, call her. Versus going back and forth with me. Okay, and then we're using Juvia's Place Volume 1. So these colors. I'm going to do blush first. Let's gonna do a little bit of that one first. Just pat off my hand, yep, because even though it doesn't look like there's anything there, I'm going to start this here. But yeah, I was watching her move, and I was like, okay. She's doing awesome by herself this week. But yeah, for the other furniture stuff, she definitely helped. And I was thinking about, you know, if I was moving, because I was going to hire movers this time, but it's like hiring a movers just to move in a complex kind of thing. It's like, how much are y'all trying to charge me to go around the corner? Because when I moved to this apartment from a different apartment, I had friends, but they were kind of burnt out from that. So I was like, I don't want to, you know, I don't know if they'd be up for it again. But I told them, I'm like, if I ever had to move real quick, I'm like, I'm hiring y'all because like 2 hours we were done. Okay, now I'm going to go into that one. So let's try to use a different part of the brush. And use that one for the cheeks-ish area. I want to say Tony Bravo, influencer, black influencer, has a deal with Tower 28. They came out with 2 blushes with her in collaboration. I have too many blushes, otherwise I would definitely give it a try. But I'm very glad that, you know, she got that collaboration deal. There we go. Yeah, I feel that's a good blend. Okay, I'm not closing that up yet because... And we're going to go on with this one. I'm going to concentrate right there for that. I don't think that's going to show up, so I might have to just go in with the other one anyway. It usually shows up later when it settles in, but I don't think that color's going to do much. Like, is it on the brush? Yeah, I can see it. Let me not tap it off instead. Okay, now we're just going to bed. Yeah, that's definitely going to show. I guess the movie, the Pickup, Eddie Murphy movie came out on Prime last week or whatever. I remember it was coming out, but I forgot when, and I totally forgot that it was coming out. So I'm like, I guess I should watch this with Pete Davidson. Nobody's been talking about it. Maybe because the way, like I said, it was dropped, you know. Maybe that's why. Like, Highest to Lowest. I didn't end up going to see Highest to Lowest because last weekend, like, all the good seats were taking so fast, like, for all the shows, unless I went to, like, a 9 o'clock show. And it's all the way in the side of town. It's like Scottsdale. I'm like, I'm not going to a late show on a Sunday when I have to work the next day to get a good seat. Because they took all the only seats were the ones by the screen. I don't care how comfortable those chairs are. I'm not sitting that close to the screen. Because there's one of the Roadhouse cinemas. I think I've been to that one once before, years ago, to see, I want to say Snake Eyes with Henry, I don't remember his last name. You know who I'm talking about. So, yeah, so I couldn't, didn't end up, and then I was like, oh, maybe I was telling my friend, because I was telling him, but you need to go see Highest to Lowest this weekend, one to support Spike and Denzel and Jeffrey's collaboration, but then I couldn't. And then during the week, it was when it was hot, and then you're tired during the week, so I didn't end up going. I'm gonna spray this real quick. I need to just charge it after every single time because I'm like, there's no reason. Yeah. And I probably don't even need this because it's 100 whatever. Getting into the car is where my face is gonna melt. And somebody was complaining about, I guess there's an ad. They're like, all that, spraying directly into your airway. And in the video, I'm like, she's not spraying directly in her airway. Besides, I'm like, you're supposed to hold your breath. Hold your freaking breath. You'll be fine. I'm like, so many other things oh, this looks nice, can possibly cause you cancer. So I'm like, that's the hill you're going to die on or complain about. So, am I going to do this? No, I'm not. I'm trying to keep it simple. We're going to, no. When I'm out, I will use that, but I will use what I have access to right now. Which I might not even take that because I'll be inside as soon as I get done. And I'm not putting anything else on here. I'm just realized I didn't do that before I sprayed to bring it all together. So there you go. We are going to do eyeliner. That's still simple. I'm going to try not to do a wing. There you go. It's like no wing, but you know it's coming. It's a very tiny wing. What I like about the eyeliner is it dries very fast. Let's put a mascara. There you go, simple look. Mascara, eyeliners considered simple. I was just thinking, Wednesday my tub was refurbished or replastered because it was peeling before. I think I mentioned that. So luckily they did it while I was at work. Came home, apartment still full of chemical smell. Went back to the office, down the apartment complex office, and was like, okay, how long should it take? Whatever. I'm like trying to ask. I'm like, when did they start so that I know when to start the countdown? They're like, yeah, this in the morning. I'm like, okay, so counted from there regarding when I could finally go back in, or well, I was always in the house, but in the bathroom. Actually, when you have to use the bathroom, that's fine. But I was like, you know, minimal exposure. So I ran fans all night. I cracked a door for like an inch, for like 10 minutes. Had the AC. The AC helped for some reason. I can't open my windows, so, and I don't think my friend thought I was really serious about possibly getting her son to come over and open my windows. So yeah. We are using Beauty Creations Plump and Pout. I don't need it for pumping, but it's a simple liner that matches my lips. You can't really notice it at all, which is the look I'm kind of going for. The fact that you can't see that is what I'm talking about. And this is drying out already. It is long wear, and it did last when I tried it out last night. And I've already pushed it up a little bit. Okay. And to smooth it out, but like I said, it's basically my shade. And then we're gonna do just a tint again by ColourPop. I love that guava smell. So yeah, see, just a natural kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna keep using this like without a lip liner unless it's something like that. Let's put on our earrings and we are good. We're just putting on pearls. Ant-Man 2 is on. Ant-Man 3 is coming on afterwards. I've only seen a little bit of it, and I'm not a fan. So with that, I am off to Story Slam to listen to some stories. So everybody have a good weekend.